Hi, I'm Melissa from SoGoSurvey, and here today we're talking about your user's experience. Who are your users? Customers, employees, product users? Doesn't matter. They're still, in very many cases, your customers. Well, we're talking about finding out what your customers need, your clients, your users, etc. Structuring your survey correctly so that you can find out not only what they need, but the why and the how you can get there has a huge impact on your results. So, why a survey? Obviously, it's a good practice. We're kind of partial to them as well here too, but it's also relatively an inexpensive way to connect with large groups of your users, a relatively good mode of interaction, of course, with the right audience, the right simple questions to get exactly where you need to go. Why are they there? How did they get there? What did they purchase from you? Why did they make those choices? Lots and lots of questions that you can ask quite directly in a very cost-effective and efficient manner. What do you hope to learn is an important question for your end. Why are you even doing this in the first place? And who do you hope to learn from? The key groups that you're looking to understand their experience for, maybe it's based on demographics, age groups, different product types that you're working on, finding out who you can connect with to answer the question, what you hope to learn. It's pretty important, both of those pieces. There are no shortage of questions that people like to ask, but really focusing helps us to survey much more effectively. So simple questions can be really good, yes or no, but you often need context as well, the explanation, the why. You can use non-structured questions, wide open. Why do you think that? Why was that your experience? How do you feel about this? But you can also use sort of a balance between that. If you use a multi-select question, which of the following, for example, can be helpful. But if you want to really focus that attention, use a multi-select question with answer constraints. So not only all of these things are possible, but really focus your decision on the key answers. Yes, you can use those open-ended questions, give the explanations, but even demographics, which are almost the opposite, they're very specific, very precise. They can be useful in not just the answer by themselves, but that answer segmenting or dividing or filtering those various slices of data that are going to be most important for you in understanding different trends among groups. What to talk about? For example, pick your topic. What about if you were looking at a restaurant's viability? Did you eat there? That's a yes or no. What dinner options did you enjoy the most? Categories. How often did you go out to eat? Maybe I want to be able to slice that data by people who eat out frequently, people who do not, be able to look at their various trends or tendencies across those groups, and what was enjoyable or not. I'm not going to ask that question, what was enjoyable, if you tell me that it wasn't, but the appropriate follow-up question for the indicator, for the rating scale, for example. So the scale question, the open-ended question, even an unstructured question gives a little bit of structure, but gives some open-endedness, sort of that open-ended response. When you are evaluating those surveys, again, keep in mind you're not only evaluating the survey, but you're also evaluating the results. If you have lots of data, it can almost be overwhelming sometimes, but if your data is well structured, it's going to be easy to slice and dice. So you want that key sample size, make it accurate enough, representative enough of that subgroup or group that you're looking at in order to be able to use it for your intended purpose. Are you trying to think that this data is representative of everyone, or do you just want a small sample? It can make a huge difference. When you're looking at it, to start with, think about that high-level bar graphs, tables, and that sort of thing, and then get into the slicing and dicing of those subgroups. It's always helpful to have that high-level picture before you start diving down too far. Find out what you understand before you start making hypotheses, before you start getting into crosstabs and all kinds of segmentation. Look at the big picture and then start to make some exploratory moves in each of those directions. So it is a very effective way to go. Of course, you want to find out not just what they're thinking, but why. Because if you find out that people are happy, great. If you find out that they're not happy, well, that's not great. But you need to know how to take action. And even if they are happy, how to continue keeping them happy. That deep dive in your data is also augmented, of course, by the quality of questions that you have in there, as well as the question types, because that's going to convert to the quality of report that you can generate when you're done. Find out more about this topic and many, many more, of course. All of our resources somewhere online waiting for you, whether it's on YouTube, on our blog, podcast, check it out. And connect with us on social media. Share your feedback, share the kinds of questions that you like to ask when you're examining and improving user experience, because we have lots of things to say on this topic, and we're sure you do as well. So thanks for connecting. We'll look forward to connecting again soon. Take care.